Hello there, thanks for joining us. Today we talk about gym and recruitment, retention, and equally growth. Hello, Leo. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Hello, Coach. Thank you for welcoming me to this session of blending fitness environment with real life environment.
Thank you so much for summarizing that way. So, you'll be wondering why is that other group are growing
Thanks.
while the Goya Fitness group for all these other shrinking? Well, what I can say is every business has the intention to grow, but how to grow matters. There are so many big companies in the world that for the first 5 years or the first year, just a Coke sold only 3 bottles the whole year, the first year. But today it has a global reach. It's celebrated during major events. It has the resources to do so. Uh, I want to say that the vision of the Boya Fitness Club for All is a kind of global vision. That is why we migrated online to kind of give people a taste of what we do physically. If we were to check our subscribers, we'll say that we are close to 500 members. We have not gone around begging people to subscribe. There are people who certainly have one or two personalities. So physically, we demonstrate activities that they can uh, replicate back home. And for us, if they watch and it's changing their life, it's helping us to realize our ambition. We said and we want to reiterate again that our intention is not to make money. And if at all it was to make money, the money should not be transactional. The money should be a kind of royalty that can continue even after now. You get to understand that while other groups are growing, we are observing, we admire, we wish we were in their place. But at the same time, we are caught between the vision and the reality.
We are caught between the vision and the reality. A lot of people complain that your workout are too intense, and I don't really know if they are really there for to get fit, or they are there to have fun. I don't really know. What can you say about that?
I would like to know what you think about why do you think we do intense workout?
I think intense workout is to shape the body, to build the mind, and also to help you sustain other daily activities. But other people will say they just come to have maybe for relaxation. Others say they are too stressed, they want to have fun, and others.
Well, what I would say is if people have the time to tape themselves, to videotape what they do and watch after, they would like to improve on it over time. And when I look around, very few people have the culture of recording their work. And so they hardly track what they are doing. They hardly evaluate the impact it is creating in people's life. So it turned out to be something like sports or fitness, but when you see the way it's being driven, you don't have the intention that they want really to impact people's life. I understand. We live in a context where people are choked up in their workplace, their family, and so they are looking for environment where they can air themselves. And so they can come and gather in a group with the main activity running in the morning and exercising, which is different from my own understanding of helping people to shape. When a a natal mother come to lose the belly, it requires a kind of discipline. So when other group do not favor this discipline, I start wondering what is the intention of keeping these women among themselves. Meanwhile, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, nothing is going to change. Neither the woman who came, I don't want to call them client because they appear more as victims of their aspiration connected with
sport leaders who sometimes have diverted the intention of their workout, maybe to have a bigger group and for other social interaction that has nothing to do with the initial intention.
You earlier said they are victims, but me speaking to them, they somehow say you partake in sport activities, nationwide sport activities like marathons, the Boya Mountain Race, and other activities that the government launched in order to promote sport. So, in your group, do you really train people to partake in this nationwide?
That's a kind of intriguing question. I found myself almost wanting. I was wanting myself that it seems as if I'm imposing my personal agenda to a group of people who came for other intention. That is why previously I was trying to explain to you, it has to be clear why we leave our home. If we leave our home to cut down, then we must understand that it's not a merrymaking environment. It's not a merrymaking event. Now, transforming something that is supposed to be hard to something that is supposed to something that is easy, it diverts totally the intention. That's why we observe keenly what's happening in that open environment. People will stay for months. They are not changing, and nobody is actually worried about it. I get worried. Now, I understand, just like a student that have graduated need a job, I understand that a body that is fit needs to compete. Competition only step in as a post training. It's just like a consequence. You cannot be fit and refuse to compete with other people.
Exactly.
So it just became a consequence of the hard work. So because I believe that if you champion academic performance, you should be able to deliver hands-on transformative activity in your community to help life, to ease life. Is that not the purpose why we live? But now it has been misinterpreted, and that is why we are having this session. Because we are people that don't joke with our reputation. We build and construct our narrative. And that's one thing that those who have worked with us don't understand about us. We don't let people define us by gossip. No, we hear those gossip, but build, document stories with proofs to show that there is a vision that's going to live after us. That one is certain. We are just an instrument God is using, and we don't want to substitute ourselves to the vision. We work hard, extremely hard, because we want to give people the shape they desire. And once they have the shape now, we allow them to make the choice, but we remind them that they can now start competing. Because those who compete are not extraordinary human beings. And when people start winning trophies, then it's going to give more glamour. It's going to make the dream look more real. I just want people to believe in themselves.
Okay. You want people to believe in themselves. That's a brilliant mind and a wonderful way of trying to discover new talent and making them partake in competition. As you earlier said, fitness comes with competition. Do you think before these people you work with should start competing, they need more time for their body to adapt to whatever workouts they are doing? Or because most of them will say their very first day they come, you always mount pressure on them, do this, do 50 reps, meanwhile it is their very first time of doing. So what can you say about that?
In as much as we all need money, we all want to be in shape. So if you don't want an environment where they will teach you how to get money, how to be in shape, why bother? If you already know that taking it easy will take you to the destination, why do you even bother to leave your house? No. And that is where I prefer people call me MC and not coach. Because I discover we live in a manipulative environment. People call you coach to flatter you, to give you the impression that they will respect you. But see their reaction when you ask them to do things. How cooperative are they? And that is where the true meaning of coach needs to come. So, already understanding that from the previous group where I was, I refuse some things that I know is going to catch up with time. So, people who come with different intention, or people who are good at diverting vision, they come, and if you don't have strict principle, they are going to divert the weak one. The proof is that sometimes you see people who were not even qualified, who never fulfill a full session. I mean, respecting the reps. You see them quitting the group and next by gathering some other people who are following them. Then you start understanding yourself that is how society is. The lost ones are trying to drive as many as possible inside the gutter. And ignorance, nobody is going to be safe because he will say, I was ignorant. No. It is your responsibility to civilize, to uncover things that history has made. If you refuse to read, you refuse to travel, you refuse to emancipate yourself, it's your cup of tea. People who were not able to be the best in their environment, they will give you an impression that they can allow you to do what you want. And both of you will be draining and nobody to... A blind man cannot lead another blind man.
That's very correct.
But if you don't read books, you will not know who is blind and who is not blind. Everything will seem right for you. So, and when you are driven by vision, you don't fight. You don't fight. You don't run behind people. Allow them. Even you left sometime for 6 months, 1 year. I don't know. I cannot remember. And in the morning, I saw you again. I don't know when you will be leaving again. So, I understand my role as a missionary. God, I'm just an instrument God is using. I don't have any paternity of knowing or not knowing. I came from somewhere where I saw some things to correct. And I'm trying to live by correcting it. The day I'm going to go, the only evaluation I'm going to give to God is that before, people were not competing. Meanwhile, they were qualified. Now I have exposed people to compete. And those who could not fit in that environment because the vision was clear, they went around gossiping and derailing other people who lived there. I imagine. Do you know some of my greatest happiness is when I remember that I could make married women leave their bed at 4 a.m. because they are running to catch up with sports. And after some time, I saw the transformation. The tapes are there. The videos are there. And if you check on them now that they chose the soft parts and that when they were with us, you see the transformation. You see that if not of their ego, they would have wished to come back. But humans are the way they are. But in their interior, when they will see my son, my daughter, my children tomorrow when I will not more be there, they will say that take your father was a good man. That is all I want. I'll be rejoicing in my grave. I don't want them to be friendly to me. No, I don't want. I'm just an instrument God is using.
Just an instrument God is using. And I am very, very much happy to be a member or to be part of your group, because I kind of admire your visions and I admire the way you do things. It is like you don't care whatever the people say.
Not really that I don't care. I have lived through pains.
Okay.
Imagine everybody leave you. People, including people that you have shared intimacy with them. When I say intimacy, some secret. They get up in the morning, they leave you. When it has happened 1, 2, 3, you get used to it. People have the impression that you don't care, but that's not true. You finally understand that is instead who humans are. So you normalize traitorism. You normalize it. You get used to it. And when I say, because people always say, okay, MC, who is second here? Who is the next coach? Who is this? And I used to tell them, your attitude within us is going to guarantee, is preparing you to take responsibility. You cannot shy away from workout or choose the easiest ones. And tomorrow, because I know that all of us human beings, we want to be at the throne. And tomorrow you want to lead, just as I see them going around leading. I don't have any problem. But I know just like 10 years ago, those who were competing with me, most are tired by now. When we were in school, and that's where we are going to learn, I used to spend all my time in the library. And most of my friends used to tell me that I'm a philosopher, that my head is not really balanced. Because they don't understand what I'm doing there. But behold, this is not a gossip. When I look around my classmates that we went to university together, very few of them can stand out in terms of personal achievement, like somebody who have moved from nothing and is trying to build. You see the vision that he's driving, and all these things are written inside books. When you read, the more you read, the more you understand that what you are going through, people have gone through before you, and it fuels you. People don't understand. You come from the race, and the next day you are on the field running. They don't understand. They kind of is where you are getting your source. And I wish instead of taking judgmental side, people should rather go and open books and read. People should document themselves, so that you don't do things today that tomorrow you will live to regret. Because regret is always that destination that awaits people who run away from the decision they are supposed to take today.
Okay.
Thanks for being there and for these questions that has to do with vision. A vision is something that is inclusive for it to be sustainable. We try as much as possible to do things that might not be comprehensive for humans now, but that will make more sense 10 years to come, 20 years to come, because we did it with our heart and not to flatter people.
Thank you very much, Mayor Cyril, and I must say I am very, very impactful for this session today. But before we go, what message do you have for those who want to continue doing fitness, but they are somehow having one or two setbacks and they are feeling discouraged? And what can you really say to them?
The setbacks could be lack of finance. You don't have money to pay your subscription fee. Could be an injury that you sustained during one of the workouts. Could be your husband that is being jealous of who you are becoming. Could be your boyfriend or your girlfriend that thinks that you are getting sexier and attracting more women to compete with them. What I can tell you is weeks back I had a serious knee problem. It stayed for about 2 weeks, and the mentality then helped cure it in a sustainable way. Why do I say sustainable? Because for the next 2 weeks I have no pains coming from that end. I kept on walking. Yes. Never stop until the day the clock will stop before you stop. That's the only message I have for you. You don't have money? Show up. Turn around. Do something, just like a child who needs something from the parent. Make people know that you are eager. One day they will say, come back. That is life. Don't give up.
Thank you very much, Mayor Cyril. I am very, very happy to hear some words of encouragement from you. Don't give up is the secret to whatever thing you want to achieve. Thank you very much, and do have a blessed day.
You're welcome. Thank you.